Hey everyone, I'm Mari Ray and welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build in our Cyber City lot, because right now this is the only lot that we've been working on. I do want to move on from this lot, so I might try to get another stream out there where maybe we'll try to do a final push, or at least close to it, for this lot, because I want to start building some other lots. I'm super excited to expand into this world, but I rarely have time to focus on building, and I actually very recently helped a family member move, so that was fun in the middle of winter. But you know, sometimes life comes and you gotta take some time, so I've been sort of unable to really sit down and work on this for a while just because I've had to just have some other stuff. But I do try to at least sit down and try to detail this stuff out for a little bit at a time, and because I've finished most of the hard part, which is the actual construction of the outlines and shells, a lot of this is detailing at this point. So welcome to another hour and a half or so of my life here trying to get this building to work, and what I equate to about 98% trying to make a sign work, because the signs, they're always fun, guys. We all know how much we love the signs. No, that's not a lie. I really do actually love the signs. I just struggle to make them, and this build kind of killed me with the sign. Like, I fought the sign, and you'll see that in just a moment. Right now, though, we're just working on wallpaper. This building's pretty basic. Nothing about it is necessarily outstanding. I was looking at the roof right about now and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the roof. But this building ultimately is going to be a bubble bar or a hookah bar in my mind. But for the Sims, they don't have hookah, they got flavored bubbles. So this is a bubble blowing bar. It's like a place where you can come and chill out and blow some flavored bubbles, you know? Relax, you just got into the city, you want to come and sit down and chill. So that's sort of what this is. It's like a bubble blowing bar, just a little tiny place on the corner. It's really small. It's kind of like, you know, just an out of the way place. I'm hoping I can do at least some interiors for some of these buildings because it would be kind of fun, but I don't know. Right now, though, we're moving on to my favorite, signs. Ooh, yes, I love doing this. This sign. All right, so my thinking behind this sign was that I was trying to make it look like bubbles, but then I was trying to stay away from blue. I don't know. I felt like I didn't want it to be blue because there really is no reason, actually. My brain can't comprehend a reason why I didn't want it to be blue. I just didn't want it to be blue. So I tried this weird like off red color, and I picked this pattern that had a lot of circles on it. I was trying to make it look like bubbles. They don't. And our very generic original name for this place was Bubbles, because I have no imagination in the beginning, especially when I just sat down to build this place or like decorate this place. I hadn't thought of a name. I wing it. I told you guys that, and that's not a lie. I wing this every time I do this. So I had no idea what I was going to call this place. So I knew it wasn't going to stay Bubbles, but I was right now just playing around with the placements of where more signs was going to go, because, you know, I wanted a lot of signs. So again, I took this bubble pattern and I kind of moved it over into this god awful. Why is this so? Oh God, that hurts my eyes. That is a really bad pink on blue right there. It ends up being this orange color, which honestly isn't too much better than the pink, but it's a little bit easier on the eyes than that pink color. That pink color actually burned my eyes a little bit. My retinas might have degraded slightly looking at that one, but I just take the bubble sign and put it on the side because this place does ultimately sell bubbles, I guess, but at the same time I didn't want it to be the name of the place, so the big sign at the top has to have a different name, and at this point in time I was trying to figure out what that name would be because I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm trying to be clever with some of the names. I'm not as clever as I probably could be. I probably should think about what they're going to be called beforehand, saying as I kind of plotted out a little bit with these places we're kind of maybe going to be. I knew I was thinking of making a bubble bar here, just hadn't thought of the name. I'm trying to spice up the signs a little bit too, just because the just straight up words are like, I've been doing that for a while on some of these, but it's kind of difficult to do. I come back and touch that pattern up there because I didn't like it. I really fought this sign, like, significantly. I do feel like the majority of this build is me changing this sign because I didn't like it. I went for this like weird gold with this like blue accents in it. I don't like this either. I'm pretty sure I didn't like it at the time, but if I'm struggling with something, sometimes the best thing to do is literally just stop working on that part, move on to something else, and come back to it when you kind of had a chance to think about it. I think I did think of a name at this point, though. I thought it was clever enough. Blow Me. You get it? Get it? Get it? Right, yeah. Everybody get it? Do you get the name? I hear a train outside my house because of course I do. So sorry if you hear the train, but this is the last time I'm recording this because last time my dog started barking. So I'm gonna keep on going, and if you hear the train, so be it. You welcome to my life, okay? But we have the sign "Blow Me" that is just like It took a second to get the spacing right, and then of course I have to work on the heights because if they are off height, it would actually bother me. It really genuinely would bother me. I then tried to see about maybe putting something else on this sign, like I mentioned, trying to spice them up just a bit. I didn't really like anything. I was trying to see if I could find something that could be, I guess, a logo for this place. I don't think I ever really did find anything. Right there, I was gonna start putting bubbles that obviously wouldn't fit. So it says Bubs. So it basically says "Blow Me Bubs" right now. And Bubs is in our off-world language or our Simlish language. Basically there, we're sticking with our tones of having the like off-world and English language text everywhere. So I sort of did a mix on this. And again, trying to pick a logo. Didn't like anything that I tried, so I don't think we end up using anything here, but you gotta give things a try, right? If you don't try it, then you never know what you'll find. I do use these like Into the Future, I don't know what these are, like wall thingies, like wall light thingies that came with Into the Future, and then we go back and change this pattern again because I didn't like it. I didn't know what to do with this. I was trying to make it look like bubbles, and I don't know. I mean, I end up going with one of these patterns. I tried this one again because it had like circles and random spots, so I started going with the blue because I don't know, my mind just kept going back to blue, which is why I was trying not to do blue, but sometimes you should just go with what your mind tells you. I tried this pattern, didn't like it, so of course I changed it again for like the zillionth time, and we just stick with these. Like, they're like shallow pillars of bubbles in a way in the background. So I got the little circles, but I just went with the like tealish blue color because I was struggling trying to make this sign any other color. So I just went with the blue, and you kind of color the sides to match. Why I put those on the sides, I don't know, couldn't explain it. Just wanted to try to spice the sign up a little bit because all of them have been relatively basic signs. We changed the letters to be white, and we changed the bulbs letters to be pink just because I wanted a color that, I don't know, wasn't on the sign before. We accidentally color a lot of the background pieces, as we do, as is tradition. And then we touch the sign over on the side that says Bubbles. I make the words blue. I don't think they stay this way. I think I end up making them yellow again before the end of this. I play around a lot with the signs in this one. I don't know, I was trying to get a little more creative with the signs, but I am still limited to what I can and can't do with this stuff that I have. I'm trying to stay pretty limited in the amount of CC usage, so the letters themselves are CC, and the sign things that I put in the background. Now the struggle with this one too was that because I put the wall lights in the back, because the English letters don't light up, the side of the sign that has the Simlish letters was really bright, like really bright, okay? And I don't know, I'm not done with these. I will probably come back to a lot of these signs and actually change the colors of the lights that they actually emit. I don't want them all to just be like the white light. I was going to make them actually like have color, but that's going to be one of the last things that we do, is play around with the lighting in this place. But I don't know, I was kind of like, maybe it could give the vibe of like the signs are starting to go out on this one, where it's like really bright on one side. You know, you drive past like the stores and you see the lights where there's one or two letters that are off or something, or like maybe the sign, like part of the background is like turning off. So I was like, maybe I'll leave it this way. If I don't like it, worst case scenario, I'll probably turn off the Simlish lights, and then they'll hopefully blend in a little bit better. Jeez, I can't talk. I guess that's what I get for filming this after I came home from work and probably should be in bed, but who has time for sleep, right? No one has time for sleep. At this point though, I was starting to be happy with the sign in the front. It looked much better than what I was doing before, so we were just exploring at this point where to put more signs, because I have a problem with signs. I like signs. I was gonna put another sign on the side of the building that is just the name of the place again, but because of the sizing and spacing of that side, I couldn't make it the same exact size as the sign in the front. So it is, I think, slightly bigger. We make it work though. We put our metal pole trick to make it look like it's like being held onto the side of the building by this like metal frame, and then we sort of basically replicate the front sign, but we do it in the Simlish language, so we reverse it, flip-flop it, like we've been doing before. If we do the sign in one language, we typically do it in the other, on some other part of the building. At least I try to. Mostly because it's hard to come up with more signs, and two, because I am trying to make it as even as possible, like the world is catering to both people who come from off-world and people who live on the planet or on this world or in this town normally. So it says blow me again, but just in Simlish language, and this time I do actually spell out all the bubbles because the English text takes up a little bit less space, and it's a little easier to kind of smash them together than it is to do that with the Simlish language. So, and this sign, it says blow me bubbles, but the other one says blow me bubs. Whatever, doesn't matter. Maybe that's how they say bubbles in the other language. We don't know. I don't know, because I didn't actually come up with another language for this. We're just working with what we got, people. We're working with what we've got. We fiddle around a little bit with heights, and then I start to replicate the colors again. So I make the blow me part white and then the bubbles part pink. But again, because the English words don't light up, the pink was a lot darker pink for them. So I lighten them a bit to try to make them match the other ones when they are lighting up. And then, well, as I mentioned before, I tried to give the illusion that maybe the B there was like the light went out, so it doesn't glow like the other one. So that's sort of what I was trying to do. I don't know if I succeeded in that, but that's sort of like why I left that one dark. Again, playing around with the sign, thinking about putting some other stuff there. I put these like wall lights from like late night. They're like, I don't even know what they are, like pole lights or what do you call these type of lights? Tube lights. You know what? I think that might be what they're actually called, but the tube lights, and I put those underneath, so it's like underlining the words. So it's like, you know, blow me, but it's underlined in pink. I don't know, trying to get some different types of signs here, because, you know, we have to be creative with our signs for as we continue on with the lots that we're building. They need to have some pizzazz, you know, they need to have some pizzazz. I rearranged the heights a little bit here again, just to make it fit on the front with the underlines. And at this point, because I was happy with the signs, that is the bulk of what this build was. There's not much more to this build. I just play around a little bit more with heights, and that sign up at the top, I think we will go up to that sign at the top as well. And pretty much that's kind of all I've done right now. I've gotten pretty good about avoiding getting into interior decorating on these lots, because that will come later, if at all. I don't even know if I might record that, or maybe I'll just do interior decorating like strictly on stream and only do the speed builds of the exterior. And then if you want to see the interior, you could watch the streams, just because interiors take a whole lot more time than doing the exteriors like I'm doing now. But this little sign, we basically just have pop. It just says pop. I didn't know what else to do, so I thought of whatever word I could put there that was tiny and fit with bubble theme. So it says pop, but because I made these words blue, I ended up making the bubble sign below it back to being yellow. Told you it goes back to yellow. And at this point, that's basically the end of the build. I don't think I do too much more. I put some stuff on the roof. We add some decorations on the top of the roof, the like our mini air conditioners, and I also use some of our kind of pre-designed signs from Noir and Dark Sim. I basically use a couple of those. I try to use these sparsely because I only have so many patterns in those, so I try to use them a little bits at a time. We add a couple though, just to spice things up. Oh yeah, an awning. I do put an awning around the outside. Just a basic awning. I don't know, it makes the building look more businessy to have an awning outside of it. But after this, we basically just we put stuff on the roof, and that's pretty much the end of what we've done here. So that is about it for this one. I don't know, I feel like the speed build is a lot faster than what it took me to do this with, but I guess that's the point of it being a speed build. I am going to try to finish up the last few lots of this so that we can keep going and maybe start working on the exterior of a couple more buildings. Like I mentioned, if I do interiors, I might leave that to streams, and maybe I will do the exteriors and stuff in these builds, and then do the speed builds for those, and we'll work on interiors and streams, which will be posted, so don't worry about it. If you want to see the interiors, feel free to, but they take so long. It's a long process. That's basically it though. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, then please give it a like, or don't, that's up to you. But I do hope that you'll come back and join me for more Sims 3 speed builds here on the channel. Thanks guys. Bye bye.